asking the Prime Minister of Jamaica, coupled with the opposition leader, plus all civil rights groups, third-party leaders, to put aside every flipping differences, come together, and let's stand up against this blatant cruelty from a narcissist, a racist as Donald Trump.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to talk about how the angry Jamaican man who is exposing all the things that the USA Trump is doing to the people, the black people, and that makes him angry, and is really angry and mad on how the Caribbean are being treated at USA, the way they are being mistreated, the way they're not having that freedom that they really deserve. Because going to another country doesn't mean that you're going to be a slave in that country. You're going to do something, to do the job. Others are going there to explore because they need to see the way other countries are being, they're doing their own businesses, or they're doing their things that make them to grow, or to run their own businesses and do things that are good and things that are beneficial to them. But this Jamaican man is so angry, and talking about the way Trump has been mistreating the black people and making them to suffer a lot. And that's not good at all, because they need to treat all the people equally. If you're not from that country, you're not supposed to be mistreated. You have your own reasons why you have visit the place. Maybe you have got job opportunities, that's why you have gone there. Maybe you have your own plans that made you to go there. But being mistreated discourages a lot, and that's not good. This guy is talking about the way Trump has made all the black people to get out from the USA, making the Jamaican people to go back to their countries, and that's not good. See this video, and I'll be back with more comments.
So, two things. Firstly, I have one confession. I was one of the persons who, from a business perspective, I liked Donald Trump more than the other persons who were vying for that position. I didn't like him because I do cryptocurrencies, and he was a pro cryptocurrency advocate, and he got elected, making history in America as the first administration to be completely pro crypto. So from that perspective, I liked him. There was a second perspective where he was completely against the LGBTQIA community, which I personally believe had started to become a terrorist organization on our kids and on straight people. And he was totally against that. And for those two main reasons, I liked the individual. I'm not an American and I couldn't vote. And if I was in America, I honestly would have voted for Donald Trump. Now, being elected and seeing what this man is currently doing, it's not time to point fingers on those who voted from those who didn't. Because the truth is, Kamala Harris and the others, they really didn't have any plans to do nothing. Just a bunch of crap. And we saw what we saw. No, if I knew, money or not, business or not, if I knew that Donald Trump was going to be pushing a blatant racial idea, a blatant racial movement, I would not have supported this man by a long shot. Because one thing for me, I'm very patriotic. as a black Jamaican man who have witnessed my black Jamaicans cleaning white people's shit all over this world just to make a living. And I watch Mexicans cleaning and being the janitors and the yard boy just to make an honest living. I am asking the Prime Minister of Jamaica, coupled with the opposition leader, plus all civil rights groups, third-party leaders, to put aside every flipping differences, come together, and let's stand up against this blatant cruelty from a narcissist, a racist as Donald Trump, from a racist government as the United States government. Ladies and gentlemen, how do we stand up against all of the absurdities that this man been dishing out to people without any care in the world? I am asking that we boycott or stop every single American product from coming into this country, and let's get it from China or somewhere else, or we ban our flipping belly until we get those products, if they are so important, elsewhere, or we make it, because Jamaica is self-sufficient. Let's get back there. I am also asking that the Prime Minister of Jamaica, with all the other leaders, opposition and everybody, Andrew, do something right for the first in your damn life. Sitting in the damn office. Make us see that you're a man. Because God knows we don't know what you are. Stand up against this injustice. Stand up against the cruelty being dished out to our people by the hands of a country that we claim to be our ally. United Nations and all the others obviously are in bed with Donald Trump. Whoever in Jamaica is in bed with Donald Trump needs to get out. This little orange head man, or orange head insignificant mass of cytoplasm, needs to understand that he has started a war. If you all are afraid to make the decisions, put me in the damn seat and watch me work. Every single American citizen currently in Jamaica, preferably white, needs to go. And all our black Jamaican brothers and sisters who are being deported needs to inherit the places of abode that these people who are currently occupying. We cannot have Americans in Jamaica enjoying the beauty of Jamaica, living it up in Jamaica, earning in Jamaica, while our Jamaicans are being deported. Flipping deport every white American right now. And that's right there. I'm dead serious. And if another country wants to start that war, we deport their people too. It is time for us to stand up. No flipping tenacious spirit to fight against these so-called flipping privileged people. Who the hell you think you is? You little orange head monkey. Or use Donald Trump, Elon Musk. We are white people. Well, listen, now you all see. Now you all know this man has trampled on our history, banning Black History Month. You come out and ban Black History Month, and and other ethnic groups days and historic moments that they celebrate, but you allow the white days and the white holidays to blossom and flourish. Obviously it's a racist agenda and a racist movement you have started, and Donald Trump, believe me, that is a war you cannot win. I am asking for all black American soldiers, black police officers, black nurses, Spanish soldiers and doctors and nurses. How the hell can you still serve a country that is blatantly disrespecting your heritage? Telling you, Donald Trump, you can't win this war. China and Russia, BRICS, Brazil, all of you, South Africa, welcome. Welcome. If I become Prime Minister of Jamaica tomorrow morning, I will immediately join the BRICS alliance. We can always trade and we don't have to go to the US. There's nothing America has that we want. Not a goddamn thing. Nothing. This is my message. I will see how many persons share it. I will see how many persons share it. Alright, Jamaica, let's talk. Quickly, because we're not wasting nobody time. So Donald Trump has been playing a serious game. A game that is going to push a lot of people into some serious poverty-stricken conditions. It's called the tariff war or the trade war. Now, you might be asking yourself, why is it that Donald Trump is doing this when the US economy is in a debt of $36 trillion? And as it relates to credit debt, they are currently sitting at an all-time high of 1.21 trillion US dollars in debt, meaning people are on no money to pay for them credit card debts. All right? That means the bank and all these people going to now do what they have to do, liquidate whatever they have to liquidate from these customers that are not paying, that are not repaying their debt. 25% tariff to Canada and Mexico. Yeah, it was a big deal and can affect a lot of Americans, which the ripple effect is that a lot of Americans or Jamaicans living abroad who are about to face these challenges can't send any money back to Jamaica. And that is in the form of what we call remittance. So when you collect money through Western Union, MoneyGram and these places, remittance. And for those of you who don't know, the diaspora, meaning the people overseas who are sending money back home, your auntie, your uncle, your granny, these are the people who are going to be put out of jobs because of the tariff increase, and these producers can't pay no 25% for nothing while still paying people. So they're going to cut staff, yeah, and the country might be forced to do something known as hyperinflation, which is to increase minimum wage significantly, again putting the pressure on the private sector who can't pay that. So them cut staff and try to see if they can still keep their businesses stable. I am not a financial advisor. I did not do economics, but I'm not an idiot. All right, follow me. Now, the European Union is consist of several countries in Europe. Donald Trump yesterday now imposed a 25% tariff on the European Union, forcing all those producers and manufacturers in Europe to hike prices in order to meet their customers' demands from the US and other places. Now, the US, you must understand, is the #1 economy. A lot of people are sending and doing a lot of trade to the US. They were already complaining about the price of egg because it gone through the roof. Now, you think it's just egg that's going to be affected? No, that you have put tariff on Canada, Mexico, and the European Union. And guess what? Today, the 27th of February, mark it, Donald J. Trump just imposed an extra 10% tariff on China. China was already on a 10% tariff just a few weeks ago. Now an extra 10% would put 10 plus 10, 20%. 20% to China. Do you know who is China? You don't know who is China? China is literally the hub for mass production. China produce things and package things and for thousands, if not millions of customers in almost every country. So America being a hub where a lot of the shipping goes through to get to some of these countries. So now China, Europe, Mexico and Canada have to find ways to either reroute or sending to their customers in the US will have to understand that there's a 25% tax added to produce entering the United States of America. And I don't even know if it's entering and also leaving. So like persons in the US sending to these countries. I don't know if the tariff, maybe somebody can actually enlighten me on that in the comment section. But as far as I know, basic understanding, the trade war has started and it's going to impact every single person considerably. Persons in the Bahamas economy, 70% of the Bahamas economy is completely dependent on tourism. Like they get cruise ship almost every day. That's one of the driving force of the Bahamas economy, right? But not just Bahamas. A number of other Caribbean countries are completely dependent on tourism, right? It's not like Jamaica who, well, we were strong on agriculture, but our two main contributors to our economy have been tourism and remittances. So with the hiking of prices, it's going to force employers to, of course, lay off a lot of people, which they don't mind because they have artificial intelligence or robots to replace everybody. You understand what I'm saying? So they're not concerned about who gets laid off. They're simply going to replace you. Amazon did a mascot because now Amazon even have drones that is literally delivering packages to people's homes. You think I joke me, make? Elon Musk is currently building 10 billion human-sized robots that you can get for either $20,000 or $25,000. That does everything for you, babysitting, whatever. So all the babysitting jobs and stuff, that will cut considerably too. 80% of the workforce will be put out of jobs, will be replaced by artificial intelligence. There's a shift in the economic structure, or the financial structure, or whatever you want to call it, where we're no longer going to be using fiat currency. That's going to be converted to stable coins. Those are digital coins that are pegged to whatever the currency you have in your country. So instead of having 100 Jamaican dollars, you'd probably have 100. They have Jamdex. Jamdex is now the central bank digital currency. So you'd probably need 100 Jamdex coins. You understand? And these things are going to be run on the blockchain. The blockchain technology is this massive computer that pretty much documents everything digital. So you get instant reports. There's no need for any accountants because by the click of just the click of a button on the computer and it generates everything, which is pretty much transparency on what's happening on a global perspective or within your country or within your region. It's easy to track everything and I guess better deal with what's happening. I don't believe in CBDC because it means central bank digital currency, which gives the central bank and the government control over your money. Now, and in America, Donald Trump, they just literally banned the creation of a central bank digital currency. But what is being promoted? Cryptocurrency, something that the government of Jamaica and other governments refuse to talk about. But everybody else in Europe and a lot of them are now presently on board with the times, forward thinkers, and putting the proper stuff in place to welcome the cryptocurrency era. Some idiots on TikTok, one particular idiot, I try to come discredit me and what me I do. I'm not even going to give him no credit. But let me tell you this. All of you who are smart needs to understand when there's when there's something happening globally, like what we're experiencing now with this tariff war or trade war, when there's a war, the markets are going to crash. The real estate market, all the markets, stock markets, is going to crash. All right. When these things are happening, there's always something that's blossoming, something that's gonna do exceptionally well. What is that thing? Cryptocurrency. Whether you like it or not, this is the new money. You see, for all of you who have your heads so far stuck up the anuses of these politicians, you're going to realize the sad mistake for listening to them and trusting them. Yeah? You see how long they're taking to call a press conference to let you know the severity of what's happening and how you people are going to suffer. And bear in mind, I said it in the previous video and I'm going to say it again, the United Nations report suggests that more than half of Jamaicans are without food security. By now and April, you're going to start feeling some effects that are unprecedented. 90% of what we eat is imported. The tariffs are significant and cannot be ignored. The starvation is going to be real. If I were you, I would start looking into what cryptocurrencies to buy. XRP is my choice, not a financial advisor. Good luck.
Don't do it. Don't you dare do it, yeah? Don't cut ties with Cuba because a certain set of persons I tell we say, I try to bad way up and tell we say what we can do. And you have to remember say, when sickness take on yai them, a Cuba send them people them to come heal with. A Cuba I send the doctors and nurses them to every single country in the Caribbean to make sure that we are provided the services that we cannot afford to provide in our own countries. Cuban doctors are top tier, and the best thing about it is they are getting paid. So what kind of trafficking you not talk about? I must say traffic light you must say I refer to, because it couldn't be Cuba. Cuba was literally this with Jamaica from day one. Una gonna say una cut ties because certain set of persons don't even provide that medical care that we need in the Caribbean, like how Cuba just go out of them way. Cuba not even wink. Them not even wink them eye.
Hello guys, welcome back. I believe that you have seen how the angry Jamaican man has exposed all the things that is being done by the Donald Trump that is making him so angry concerning what the USA leader is doing. And you see the way the US leader wants to control Jamaican. He's telling the PA of Jamaican that they should stop being together with the Caribbean countries, and that's not good. You see a lot of the way Donald Trump doesn't want the Caribbean to be united with the Jamaicans, and that's not good. They need to be together. You see, a lot of doctors come from there. He doesn't want the Cubans to be united with the Jamaican. And a lot of Cubans they have good doctors. They know how to treat people. They know how to save lives. And that encouraged them to be together with the Jamaicans. And that's the reason why you get Cubans are very close with the Jamaicans, because they teach them how to save lives. They teach them how to treat different kind of diseases, and that makes them to see the reason why they should be together. But the USA leader Donald Trump wants the Jamaican to be not to be together with the Caribbean, not to be together, because you see, like, the more they are together, they work together, it will not encourage them to still want the USA to be together, and that's not good. As a country, you have your own weaknesses, you have your own talents, and those talents are supposed to be used and to be shared with others so that all of us can benefit. You can be good at making medicines. We can be good at treating the patient. You can be good at businesses, and that's something that we should all, as human beings, to be together so that we can save lives, so that we can help each other to benefit. So that's the reason why the angry Jamaican man stood up to expose all the things that is being done by Donald Trump, and that discouraged a lot. You see, the USA leader wants the PA leader of Jamaica to be together just for them to control them, but that's not good. You need to be mutual. You need to see these people are benefiting from this country, this, like for example, in medication, and as we have good business ideas, so let us come together and share these things so that all the country can benefit. But the Donald Trump want his country to be famous, his country to be known as a good country, his country to be seen as a good country that many people should visit. But for now, many people are very sad because of the leadership of Trump, and that discourage a lot of people to visit the USA, because they know when we reach there, we as black people cannot have that equal treatment, or we cannot benefit anything from that country, and that's not the way the leaders should do. The leaders should have that heart of helping other people, motivating all the people, making everyone to feel at home. And that's the reason why nowadays a few people wish to visit the USA. They thought that the Trump will be a good leader, but in reality, the things that is being seen and the way other people are being treated in USA make them to feel like, no, this is not a good leader. This is a leader that should be out of the seat. But you as a member, you don't have any authority to make someone else to get out of the seat. But you need to speak out. You need to tell out what is going on. And you as a country, you need to see, for real, why should we do this? This is not good. Let us go this direction that all of our people will benefit. All of our people that are in other from other country also can come and benefit. Not only the people of that country to benefit. We need to be mutual. We need to be united. And that's why you see a lot of people complaining. You see the way the Jamaican people are very angry about the leadership of the Trump, and that's not good. You need to have a good leadership that many people will encourage other countries. Oh, let us have a country like Jamaican, for example, because the PA of Jamaica is doing a good job, is encouraging everyone. Even if you're not through that country, you'll encourage you. No day that you'll see that you're being discouraged. You see, like Donald Trump want the Jamaican people not to associate with the Chinese guys, and the Chinese are really good people. They are developing each and every day because they know how to construct a lot of things. Constructing roads, the Chinese. Building good houses and the quality houses, the Chinese. And that makes them to come together with other countries, motivate other countries. They are really there to support each other. They go to different countries, and that makes the Donald Trump to warn the PA of Jamaica not to associate with the Jamaicans, and that's not good. If they're bringing a good thing in your country, why don't you associate? You need to figure out. You need to think twice, not just once and you come and say, no, we need to send these Chinese away. No, that's not the good way. Because they are doing a good thing, you need to support them. So please don't forget to share, comment, and like my video. And I'll be so glad to read your comment at my next video. Bye bye.